never.
Alright guys, what is going on? Ali here, back again with another review for you guys for the Rising of the Shield Hero Season 2, Episode 7. I believe it's 7. And this episode was so much fun. This episode was so much fun, so, it's just overall enjoyable. There wasn't, a whole lot that happened, except for, obviously, the crew ends up in Lark and Glass's world, and they get to meet another hero who's one of the cardinal heroes of that world and everything, and her name's Kizuna, and I love everything about her. She's fantastic. I love the way she holds herself and everything, and we get to find out what type of hero that she is. First of all, before that, everybody turns into pretty much back to their level 1 selves and everything. Now Fumi's at level 1 now, Risha's at level 1, Philo is by herself somewhere, which is very what Raphtalia is showing in this episode, that it's nerve-wracking because she's never been alone before. If you think about it, Philo really has never been alone before. She's either been with Naofumi, or she was with Raphtalia, or, Naofumi saying to go help somebody else. She's never been legitimately by herself, which sounds, it's terrifying, because I believe Philo is, a year old or something. I think she is. But, just thinking about that and what Philo might be going through kind of reminds me of the ending theme song of this season, showing Philo being by herself pretty much, just wandering around, and then Raphtalia kind of shows up in the ending sequence. You see, Philo just walking around by herself and whatnot, and then as the song progresses and as the sequences progress and everything, Raphtalia appears, and I feel like that ending theme is basing from what is possibly happening with Philo right now, and we might get to see Philo and everything. But overall, this episode was just a lot of fun, just in general and stuff. In the beginning, obviously, everybody's level 1 and stuff, and we got to see little girl Raphtalia again, which is really adorable, because obviously she went back to level 1. And obviously, it makes sense that this would happen, because they're coming to another world that they're not supposed to, the cardinal hero going to another world that they're not supposed to, but he got that permission granted by Ulst, the spirit tortoise got permission through the shield that he acquired from the spirit tortoise, from Ulst and everything. And I'm pretty sure that when he goes back to his world, obviously he's gonna have all of his shields back and everything. But I digress a little bit. The episode was fun as this was playing out and everything, as they escaped and as they were trying to level up again. We get to meet, which is very interesting, we got to see a Kappa. And Naofumi instantly knew what a Kappa was. He's like, whoa, it's a Kappa? None of them knew and everything. And just to see Raphtalia trying to pick up her sword again was just so cute. It was so adorable that she had because obviously she shrunk down, but her sword wouldn't shrink down. Obviously, why would it? And her trying to carry it is so funny and so adorable, and you just want to give her the biggest hug in the world and just be like, oh, it's okay. You just want to do that. So to see that was really funny. To see Risha with them was really fun too, because I love Risha and everything about her and stuff. I love her character and everything. I love what was going on. They were trying to take out this Kappa, and then all of a sudden this fishing string wraps around the Kappa before it possibly kills Naofumi or Raphtalia and everything. So and it just I forgot what the move was, slaughter string. I don't know. It was slaughter something, and it just got obliterated. The Kappa just got obliterated, and then we get to meet the new character Kizuna, and she's fantastic. I love her character, And what I also loved about the episode was that like her and Naofumi, like they're both from Japan. Like pretty much, like you're seeing a lot of different aspects of this episode, just small things that like Kizuna, like her name and her recognizing Naofumi's name being Japanese and everything, and him seeing a kappa in this world and whatnot. And then you start to think a little bit more that like Glass's outfit is clearly like a kimono and everything. A lot of sorry about that. A lot of aspects of this world seem to really be heavily on maybe like Japanese or Japan or Asia in general, maybe, but more so Japanese and Japan and whatnot, because you see Glass. When we first meet Glass in the first season, and then we get to see this girl, her name being Kizuna and everything, and then we get to see this monster who's clearly a kappa in this episode and whatnot. And now Fumi is like, putting all this stuff together and everything, and saying that like you're from Japan too and whatnot. So like them, like I thought it was really cool that they're kind of like connecting on like where they're from type of basis and whatnot. And it turns out, she is the hunting hero, which is very interesting. Like for some reason in my head, because we saw like a fishing pole that she had, that obviously is for hunting, for fishing, for hunting. For some reason in my head I was like, oh, it's like a fishing hero, a fisherman hero or something like that. But like that sounds a little not ridiculous, but a little definitely off. And it makes more sense to have her be like the hunting hero, like because it turns into a dagger. She could probably turn it into a sword. She could probably turn it into a bow and arrow, because you hunt with a bow and arrow. Like in terms of like hunting, being a hunting hero, you would have a lot of different aspects that could transform your cardinal weapon into different things to hunt different things with. Obviously the fishing pole. You got the little dagger. She should be able to make a sword or a bow and arrow and whatnot. So that was like really interesting and everything. And then like now Fumi not trusting her and whatnot, and what was very interesting is that like she can't kill humans. Obviously, she can't kill humans and stuff, or she can't like hurt them or anything. So now Fumi trust her and whatnot. So that was interesting too. And what I liked also, like in general, not just like Kizuna, but like just like her character was great. How bubbly of a personality that she has, and then like hearing about like what she's been going through, and that like for some reason now Fumi, Raphtalia, and Risha end up in like this infinite labyrinth that it turns out that Kizuna was trapped in as a prisoner from another country and whatnot, and she's been for years looking to get out. And to hear her story kind of made me a little emotional, in that like she started to like thought she had the thought about giving up and just like ending her life. Like I'm like, and then like and this is the thing that I just admire so much about just her character from the glimpse that we see, is that like she had those thoughts of like maybe I should just end it all, and she did it on her own with not doing that. Like she did it like she had a thought of that, but then like through her own strength and perseverance, she pushed that away, those thoughts away, and she's like, no, I'm getting out, I'm doing this of it. Like that is it's so awesome and admirable for her character in general, and her introduction was just so much fun. That like Naofumi, Raphtalia, and Risha like wake up in this prison cell place or whatever, and they escaped and they're trying to like get out and stuff, and they meet Kizuna and everything, and like the demeanor that she has, talking to Naofumi and talking to him about that like Glass is actually her best friend and stuff. I'm like, hello. Like, and now Fumi's like, wait, that crazy monster is your friend? She like that would have been so funny if she like, or if he said that like, yeah, like I do know Glass. She tried to kill me several times. She tried to kill me like so many times, and we tried to like kill each other and stuff. And what was also very interesting is that Kizuna doesn't know about the waves going on, so maybe she like was put in that prison maybe before even she knew about what was going on in the waves and stuff, because obviously Glass knows, obviously Lark knows, which she calls Lark Nissan, so that was like a older brother figure, which seems like really funny and cute and everything, and like, so that was like very interesting with what she said and whatnot. So I can't wait to see, when they come back together. And I think that when Glass sees that Kizuna is with Naofumi or something, she's gonna get angry and just attack Naofumi, being like, "Get away from my best friend" and whatnot. And I feel like it's gonna be an emotional reunion between them and everything. So that's really cool. I think I'm really honestly gonna really love that and enjoy that and stuff. And like, everything about the episode was just a lot of fun and it was great. And the whole episode was pretty much like them meeting Kizuna and then all of them trying to, escape the infinite prison and everything. And what was really funny was that, like, Naofumi's looking at her and she's saying that, like, I'm 18 years old. And Naofumi looks at her and is like, with what she's wearing, it's like, are you a lolly hag? Like, he was gonna say lolly hag, but she already knew what he was gonna say, so that was like really funny and stuff. Like, they know the lingo of like, Japan and like, the Japanese in general, the type of like nerdy type of lingo with like, like a lolly hag type of thing, and then like them trying to escape the infinite prison that she's been taking like years upon years to try and get out, like talking about like, hey, this is like a glitch that like she leads them to a place that is like the church, like some sort of church and whatnot, and that like it looks like a light door that Naofumi and Risha and Raphtalia went through, like on that beach, but for some reason you can't get through it. And it's clearly from what Raphtalia, or from not Raphtalia, but from what Naofumi said, and from what like Kizuna said, that like it's like a glitch, like you could say it's like a glitch in the game. And what's also so funny about the episode is that like Kizuna and Naofumi are making these references to things like games, like a 2D game and 3D game, talking about how like, what if you find a glitch, what do you want to do when you find a glitch? Like, what are you gonna do with it, or what are you gonna do about it? And she's like, we're gonna break through it. I'm gonna do everything I can to like try to open it up and whatnot. And like that, just them saying that, and then them talking about the lolly hag thing, and then like Risha and Raphtalia are just like, what? Lolly hag? Like, what is that? Like, what is that? And then they're talking about 3D games or 2D games. Like, it was just so funny that they were connecting on that level, and Risha and Raphtalia were just confused about it. Like, I loved that so freaking much. I loved that. I loved everything about that. So then, like, Naofumi, because he's level 1, he can't really do that much with things. So then Naofumi asks her to make this type of like this type of seed, this plant seed that like immediately just explodes and sprouts and stuff. So he put it right next to the where the door is. So then they ran out of there and like held on to each other to make sure that, like, when it breaks, they can fall together and escape together. And that's exactly what they did. And I thought that was just, it was genius stuff. Like, Naofumi, even though he's at level 1, he was always a very smart type of like character, like in general, immediately, even though him being like that weak and whatnot. So I thought that was really cool. And like, seeing Raphtalia try to fight the like, little rabbits again and like little monsters, and not being able to, and like, like her sword like is like way heavier than her, so she falls over. Thought it was cute. So then, like, even way after that, they got out and everything. And something that I thought was going to happen, but didn't happen, was that, like, Raphtalia was seeing that, like, Kizuna was able to get out after years. She finally got out. And then she just jumped onto Naofumi and gave him a big hug and, like, embraced him, like, thank you so much and stuff. You would think a little bit that Raphtalia would have like a little bit of like jealousy, like and stuff, like this whole episode when she's like extremely hungry and stuff, like because demi-humans, because they level up, they age through the level up and stuff, they tend to get hungry like a lot and everything. So like just to see like now Fumi and Raphtalia kind of reminisce of what happened with season 1 with him, like giving her like food and stuff, and like him making her food and everything, and now Fumi making all that beautiful like looking food in this episode, and just like the reminisce of all the things that Raphtalia had to go through with Naofumi, with like the food and everything, and then fighting for him and stuff, which was like really cool callbacks. Like the episode was just really fun in general, and to see like Raphtalia's face like puffing up, like getting a little bit like jealous kind of, which was like really great. And so like because of that, I thought she was gonna get a little jealous at the end of the episode, like when Kizuna hugged Naofumi, but she actually didn't, which was very interesting. And like that's how like the episode ends, with them getting out and everything, and then like them probably going to find Kyo somewhere, or finally finding Lark and Glass and Teresa and everything. So I'm excited to see where like this goes. For some reason I'm very, very excited to see Glass's reunion with Kizuna. I'm very, very, very excited about that for some reason. But we'll see where it goes next episode. Again, this episode was really fun, really great to watch and everything. It was a good time. It really was enjoyable, very good time. Hilarious and cute and adorable, like this whole episode with everybody, like Risha and Raphtalia and whatnot, and then Kizuna being the adorable little girl, or the adorable woman that she is and whatnot. She was just great this whole episode. Her introduction was just fantastic. And with her being like the hunting hero, and that she is a cardinal hero, which was really cool to see. And I'm excited to see where all of this goes. And yeah, I'm excited for like a whole like reunion of like like everybody, like Glass, Lark, Therese, and Kizuna with them and whatnot, and then like Naofumi seeing them, and they're gonna be surprised, like, why is Naofumi here? Like, what is this guy doing in our world? Like, are you, like, what? So I'm excited to see all that, to see where it goes, and I'm in general hyped. Very good episode, great episode, very fun, loved everything about it. But what did you guys think about this episode? Leave down in the comments your thoughts about this episode, your thoughts about what I said and everything. Like this video if you liked the episode, or if you liked anything I had to say, and or if you like me in general, and subscribe to the channel for more reviews, vlogs, unboxings, live reactions, and their discussion videos and things like that. So gentlemen, stay classy, the ladies stay sassy, but most importantly, everybody, you gotta stay a little nasty, alright? So peace and love, and I will see you all later in the next video. Peace out, and the force be with you always. Plus ultra, locked home, Shield Bro is back. I'm excited to see more heroes and stuff. I'm ready. I'm ready. Rising the Shield Hero next week. I'm so ready. I'm excited because this weekend going to a convention. I'm excited about it. I'm hyped and excited. But yeah, anyways, peace out, and I'll see you guys later.